I want to share with Alberto, I want to share my email and my phone number. Okay, that's it. When I update my email and my phone number through my phone client or on the web, because there's obviously a website as well, everyone gets it automatically. You can decide what you want to share with who, and it updates automatically. So this is kind of the basic exchange of changing your phone number. It's pretty much the same. Okay, so what are the benefits of TAPP? One, when you download the software, it's on your phone. You've got 2,000 contacts on your phone already. They automatically get backed up to TAPP Web. They're securely stored on the server. In addition, what you can do is, as I talked through, when you update your information, people get it automatically if you share that information with them. You can change that over time as well, which is kind of what part 3 is. So today, relationship change. I give you 2 bits of information today. Next week, I decide to give you 5 more bits of information or less information. So you meet a girl at a bar, you give her your number. Next week, you don't want her to call you, switch her on. You can do that. At the moment when you give your information out, you can't get it back. And then lastly, if you're on TAPP, it doesn't matter whether you're using a BlackBerry or an iPhone or an Android or anything else, we can message each other for free as long as you're on TAPP. There's a ... because there's a couple of unintentional functional benefits as well. Say you've got 2 phones. You have TAPP on both phones. You log in as yourself on both phones, you get the same contact details. It aggregates, it synchronizes. Your battery dies, I can borrow your phone, log in as myself, get all my contacts. I give the phone back to you, you log in as yourself, you get your contacts. Happy days. So this is kind of what it looks like. I mean, you can read through the strapline and everything else. Essentially what you're looking at here is a TAPP address book. So what we've got is something that's totally backward compliant. It works with your existing phone books. If you've got 2,000 numbers in there, they're already in your TAPP address book. Those are the white contacts that you can see there. If you've got a TAPP contact, that's shown there in silver. So you've got both of them in the same place. If someone from TAPP sends you a message or adds you or any other activity shows up at the top in blue, you access this just like you do right now. If I click on the TAPP contact, the ones in silver, I can decide what, for example, Zenstrom can see of my details, and I can update my information as well by clicking on my info, which is kind of on one of the sub-menus. So we're using the native features of the phone, the native menus, so if you use your existing phone book, it's very easy to pick up TAPP within about a minute. The other points that I'm kind of talking about, so smarter, why? Because you can decide who wants to see stuff. Seamless, because the updates come automatically. Open, we want to be totally independent. I mean, that's kind of part of the challenge, but I'll talk about why that's also a competitive advantage on the next few slides. Just a little note on the bottom there. So we're going to have the BlackBerry and the iPhone as said by the end of the month, and the idea thereafter why we're raising money is to complete development on the other platforms and kind of really roll this thing out. Nota bene. So note well, we're not a social network. In fact, you can advertise your membership of other social networks on this. One of the things the challenge that I have when I'm kind of pitching to like VCs, etc., is everyone here has got a LinkedIn, a Twitter, a Facebook, everything else, but not everyone is like it. So I've come from like the business field where you've got thousands of business cards, and how do you keep in touch with those people? You're not going to keep in touch with clients through Facebook. And if you put yourself on LinkedIn, people think you're looking for a job. So we're not providing any content except content other than your contact information. We are a contact information provider. You store your information and you provide access to your contact information to other people. You've got Plaxo there, which is kind of probably the only company that's trying to do the same thing, and I'll kind of come on to why they haven't been able to crack it, or we think we can do a better job. There's a few technology enablers. I won't go through the trends per se, but the enablers are what? Everyone can get a smartphone now. Data connectivity is better than ever before. People download software all the time now. It's not necessarily our target demographic just yet, but it is definitely growing in that way. And more than anything else, I can develop a piece of software for multiple platforms. So you don't have to think about whether your friend is on a BlackBerry or an iPhone or a Symbian. You can just have it. Just going on to this very, very quickly, target segment. We're going for early adopters. People, I don't need to go through this. We're not going for 4.6 billion phone users in the world. Smartphones are around 10% of that, 450. If you split the users down into use spaces, you've got gamers, you've got information users who used to use PDAs, and then you've got communicators who are on their BBM or they're trying to stay in touch with people. It's about a third each, 150 million. You triangulate it with some of the other user bases, you're looking at easily a market of 30 to 50 million that you're going after. First, how do we reach the tapping point? Well, it's viral. We're launching, I was at business school before, won the business plan competition there at INSEAD. We've got a lot of business MBA people already signed up to this, pre-release, and the idea is to really use them. They are socially active, they are viral, they are going to go out, they are early adopters of technology.
What's the viral channel? Like, is it you're SMSing everyone in this?
So what happens is, as soon as you download the software, you get everyone's contacts already, right? So I can mine that information. If someone's already on TAPP, you can add them. Yeah. Secondly, I have your contacts, say, statically stored, so there I can invite them through an email or an SMS.
Okay, so a lot of carriers don't let, I mean, people have done that with, like, I think Loop did that when the iPhone first started and they got shut down. Like, carriers don't like people applications spamming, whether over SMS or, and then email, deliverability is a real problem. I mean, there's a reason that a lot of social networks started before the mail carriers all started clamping down on email.
What we're doing right now is we're using native features of the phone. So it uses the native client of the phone. So if I have your email address on there, all that happens, it launches your native address and it comes up with some dummy text. So it's coming from you. It's from your phone. It's not coming from me. So I'm not sending a LinkedIn,
so you're saying when the user first installs the app, it launches their mail client?
It doesn't do it automatically. So what happens is, nothing is, it's all opt-in.
Okay, so what does it do? Just take this.
When you download the software, it backs up all your 2,000 numbers onto the web. You see what I showed you before, where you've got all your clients, all your contacts on there. If I click on your contact in the TAPP address book, which you can do, it just shows me your details and says invite or delete. Sorry. If I click on invite, if it's either got your email or your phone number, it'll ask you which one you want to use. It launches your mail client in that point, addresses it already.
On the phone.
On the phone.
So basically you're getting people to manually opt in for each person one by one?
Correct. Because this is not a social network. You can't search for people, as an example. They have to add, you have to give your ID.
But even when a lot of social networks did get their email spam through, or the phone spam, they were blasting everyone and getting the viral coefficient of 1.0001. How are you going to get the viral coefficient of 1 when manually?
We're not going out to everyone. We're also going out to people who are quite tightly coupled. So what we're doing is, as an example, we're launching to the INSEAD alumni database, which is 40,000 people. So we're going out to them, and that's our test group. Thereafter, we're doing something with Small World. It's 300,000 users there. They're all 3 degrees of separation. So the idea is they want to keep in touch with people.
Aren't those people typically already on Facebook? Like tight groups tend to be friends on Facebook?
Yeah, and we're not, as I said, we're not competing with Facebook. If you want to put your photos up, great. But if you just want to share...
but Facebook is really getting integrated into a lot. I mean, it's obviously the top app on a lot of phones. Sure. And they're starting to do, on my Nexus One, it's like they're starting to do, hey, do you want to sync? No, do you want to sync your local phone contact address book to Facebook? Like it's actually built in as a basic function. A lot of the phone manufacturers are starting to do that. They're all latching to Facebook. So
you're quite right, and I think the difference here is the demographic. So if you're trying to keep in touch with people who are business people, as an example, no one in private equity, hedge funds, banks, whatever is on Facebook, or they're not certainly connecting to their clients and customers through Facebook, maybe with their family and people that they went to school.
It's just another one.
Sure.
All my contacts are up to date. Live, check every 6 months. Card scan. Scan the card, email address, done. Very easy.
So what happens if I give you a card, you scan it, and then I update my information?
I got your email. You get to redo it every 6 months. If you don't update
say, for example,
it,
mine's today Naush at Gmail. Tomorrow it's Naush at Yahoo. How do you find out the latest information?
Are you able to update are you able to update the native phone book?
Yes, exactly right. So all your TAPP contacts have a static version in their existing phone book.
Follow-up question, can you exploit locality in people's communication? So if there's, out of 50,000 people I may have in my contact base, there may be 15 that I'm in regular contact with, can you exploit the frequency of interaction with those 15 people rather than blasting my... Is that built in, or is that something you're thinking about?
That is not built in. That is something we're thinking about.
Okay, I think we're going to have to make that the last question.